Good evening, as we welcome you to the game between South Africa and Canada, game 153 in court 1. I think this will be the last game of the evening. No, after this we've still got Great Britain against New Zealand. So South Africa lying second on the log and Canada down at the bottom of the log. South Africa, we've got Kristen Weinert, and I think it will be Olivia Langston sitting out in this game for the people watching back home. And for Canada, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 players, so all of them will be in the water. And there's coaches Pierre Larosse, and the coach for South Africa is Jody Oukamp, as we have 30 seconds to go in a match between South Africa and Canada in court 1. The sun has come out today here in Hobart, and we fortunately had the opportunity, as we had a break today, we went up to Mount Wellington, and the temperature dropped from 60 degrees to -4 degrees as we went and watched the snow coming down on Mount Wellington with beautiful views over the harbour. As we have 7 seconds to go, it's going to be a game for South Africa where they'll just try and get their final movements ready, as they'll be off tomorrow. They won't play tomorrow, as they will be number 1 and 2 teams in this league won't be playing, which will be New Zealand and South Africa. Canada working hard here to get possession of the puck. South Africa swimming it upside hard on the side of the substitution box. Number 10 there, Marine Graaf, getting a body down and swimming hard with number 8, Helen van Rijn, or number 6, that was number 6, Calista Pike, working it up against the side of the pool here, past the front of the substitution box, as we see the refs getting into a good position here and not obstructing the players. Number 23 ref there making a call against South Africa. You can see the beautiful view, overall view here with the Canadian players. As I said, only 8 players, so only 2 in the substitution box. A lot of pressure on the Canadian players, but holding their composure and giving all the teams a good value and good run for their money. South Africans just trying to get the puck moving. Number 10 again, Marine Graaf, working hard up at the side of the pool there. Some good play here by South Africa, working it up. They'll just work it up patiently, and then when the move is on, swing it to the middle of the pool with numbers down at the bottom and swim it straight to the goal box, as we see there. Well played there, South Africa, with numbers down at the bottom. Score there. Let's see who scored that. We'll just wait for the confirmation. Number 1, Danielle Wenzel, one of our star players in this tournament. Danielle scoring another goal. Number 1 scoring the first goal. Is that coincidence? As we have 1 scoring the first goal here, South Africa lining up for the kickoff. And let's see who get the kicks off here. The second last game of the tournament, of the evening, with coaches playing in court 2, playing a social game. They're good to see the coaches also getting involved and just seeing if they can do what they preach to the players. And playing up on the far side of the wall, calling infringement here against a South African player. Unfortunately, as we see, number 12, the Krizan Smith, swimming back slowly, taking a deep breath. We'll get into position, and well done to the Canadian players for just absorbing the pressure with 3 minutes gone already in the first half of this match. Lining up here, and Canadians swimming it straight down the middle of the pool. South Africa absorbing the pressure as the Canadians still get moving here, getting space, and we're getting South Africa moving to the side of the pool. Canadians are really playing well in this game. Obviously, this is for pride and honor, as their lead tournament will be next year in Canada. And it's good to see the Canadians participating and get some experience at this wonderfully organized tour here in Hobart. South Africa down on the far side, working the puck patiently, rotating players down at the bottom, and infringement again there called against South Africa. And number 5 there, Sky Boshoff, looking around, seeing, oh, she's right at the back, nobody behind me, so I better fall back here.
It's not a bad tactic to use when you're the last defender in the court there, Hein. Maybe just go back and maintain your position between the puck and the tray.
Yeah, good call there, Stu. I didn't see that, but I'll remember that and tell that to the
You
players.
can come and get me if he needs me. Yeah, I think it's a reasonable thing to have a chat to the players about. It's probably one of those things that most of them already know. What's going on in this game, mate? South Africa winning 1-0 at the moment.
Yeah, I think, Stevie, they're just trying to get the final moves together, as they won't be playing tomorrow. So this will be their final game in the tournament before the playoffs start. So they're just trying to get their position right and trying to get some moves going, and not getting any injuries for any players.
So the South Africans don't play tomorrow at all?
No, it's them and New Zealand. Number 1 and 2 won't be playing.
Yeah, okay.
Sitting out.
So a little rest day for those guys. I wonder what they're going to get up to in Hobart.
There's so much to do. You know, it's a beautiful city and it's so clean and so nice to walk around. You don't need to be concerned about any petty theft, and being girls, you're always worried. You've got such a big responsibility to look after them. But in Hobart, you can walk anywhere. They'll probably go to the harbour, have breakfast late tomorrow, and then go down to the harbour, have a lunch there, and watch 1 or 2 games and just
have a
relax.
couple little naps.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a little pensioner nap in the afternoon, especially when you've been playing a lot of games.
Yeah, they enjoy their naps, and we're staying in a lovely establishment called the Mid-City Hotel, so it's very comfortable for the girls as well.
Oh, that's awesome. As you can see them going on a nice drive and just not really getting that flick off the stick properly as they drive the corner. It doesn't look like it's going to matter, as I think the puck has gone in the tray. The refs are confirming, and that is going to be a goal there, confirmed by Robbie Kilpatrick, ref number 9, a.k.a. Fabio, and I think that goes to player number 5 for South Africa there, Hein.
Sky Boshoff, I think it'll be one of the first goals for her for this tournament. Well done there, Sky. One of the new players in this team from South Africa. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Sky. Nice work as goal number 2 for South Africa gets on the board here. Just looking at the live chat, Fergus Griffin George saying, "Mint game, is the coach's game live?" ? Fergus, unfortunately, no. We're not going to stream the coach's game. We're using that time to do a whole bunch of tech adjustments for the competition. So, as much as you'd all like to see the coach's game being played, you will have the pleasure of watching Glory Days, however. So, even better than a whole bunch of dad bods swimming around in the water, you're going to get the pleasure of watching a whole bunch of cripples and sort of verbal addicts on the couches. What do you think about that, Hein?
No, much better. I mean, looking at the coaches playing, I think it's you're going to see some lot of infringements there. You know, they're going to try and teach what they teach and play what they preach, but I don't think they're going to get it right.
Yeah, as you can see, the South Africans pushing their advantage again on this tray. This is going to be goal number 3. So the Canadians putting up a nice contest here. Number 1 for South Africa, putting that one in the tin. Which player was that one?
That's Danielle Wenzel, who scored the first goal of the game earlier when they started. So it's second goal for Danielle. And she's got some lovely colourful fins there. As you see, she's got some pink designs on her fins.
It's always nice to see a bit of pink cruising around the pool. Not too many players in the men's division have pink, but every now and again you see one just getting out there loud and proud, which is pretty cool. As you can see, a timeout has been called, I think, by the Canadian coach. As we see the South African ladies just hanging out as their coach arrives, and you can see they're quite conveniently we get a really nice bird's eye view of this tight front zip chesty he's rocking there, Hein.
Yeah, no, those things were specially designed. They complement the refs. They complement the coaches. You know, they need to get their bodies trimmed to fit into those tight vests that they're wearing.
Yeah, that's right. You can see his little mouth chimney just hanging around off the right-hand side of his mask there. He's got a nice little green cap on. Kind of makes him look like a little kind of podgy garden gnome, and that tight little front zip chesty. I wonder where that zip is. I reckon it's probably halfway down. I reckon this particular coach is probably rocking a fair bit of body warmth in the pool there today, Hein.
Yeah, no, he looked more like a Ninja Turtle to me, but didn't do so bad swimming down there.
Yeah, he did a good job, and I'm sure he told his girls a whole bunch of quality advice here as the time kicks off. And just under 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes gone in this first half. The South Africans winning that strike there by a fair bit, driving over to the far side. And the puck coming back over into the middle as the Canadian ladies do a good job of just regaining contested possession and going on a bit of an advance down the court here, Hein.
Yeah, no, they absorbed it, and they're trying to get the swing going, trying to get pressure on the Canadian players. You know, JD, he's probably one of those coaches that he makes the team calm down. He's got, being a teacher, he's got so much knowledge working with children. And, a lot of our coaches go to him for advice and how can I handle the situation. It's always nice to have someone like JD around. Lots of experience, and he's never gone to World Championships without coming back to the medal. And speaking to him last night, there's a goal there for South Africa. But, speaking to him last night, he was mentioning the fact that he went to Sheffield, where the World Championships will be in 2019. And all that experience, so he's been around for quite a while, and we're very grateful to have him.
It makes a big difference when you've got those Zen master type guys that are able to just sort of, cross a whole bunch of boundaries, both personalities, and have the experience to be able to talk a whole bunch of relevant stuff in relation to hockey, but also in relation to people in general. So well done, and certainly it's very good when you have people like that in and around the coaching and support staff for a country. I think number 12 there scored goal number 4 for South Africa. Which athlete was that?
It looked like number 13 was number 12. They got number 13 out, Nicole Smith. That's good to see Nicole, one of our new players, coming in and scoring a goal. Yeah, that'll be good to her, and it's good to have the family support there. Well done there to Krizan Smith, if it was Krizan, or it could have been number 13. Both surnames are Smith, but they're not family.
Yeah, right. It was definitely a Smith of some description, which is awesome. And let's give it to Nicole because we mentioned her name first. Referees are signalling goal number 5 for South Africa. Was that a number 2?
That was number 2. One of our top scorers, Lisa van Rijn, one of the sisters. And I know their parents will be definitely watching. They have supported us from the start of this tournament. Well done there to Lisa.
Yeah, well done, Lisa. Goal number 5 for South Africa going in the tin. And you can see the Canadian ladies putting up a valiant effort against a very energetic and very free-swimming South African team here as they again win the strike and go out to the right-hand side this time onto the near wall. You can see they're contested there by the Canadians. They're trying to really get in there and break up the structure of the South Africans as they try and press this near side wall. Unfortunately, not that successful initially, but looking like they're doing a better job now as it's right underneath the Canadian sub-bench there, Hein.
Yeah, no, there's good support there as we saw Krizan swimming hard and follow up by Sky Boshoff. And as soon as we get the numbers from the Canadian ladies, we'll mention their names as well. As we see number 5 there in the substitution box. Emmy Nadio, just waiting for her opportunity to get in the pool again there as the Canadians are trying to get space there, trying to get behind the player from South Africa and waiting for the puck to come. Unfortunately, Helen intercepts there and swims straight to the goal box. And Helen being a good, strong swimmer, the puck just goes straight to the back of the tin. Yeah,
that was a nice drive. A lot of, unfortunately, that's no goal there. It looks to me like the referee is talking to her about maybe a little bit of obstruction. You could see when she dropped the puck back, put the puck back near her right-hand hip, there was a Canadian player just on the left-hand side of her, and maybe there was a little bit of physical contact that stopped the Canadian player from attacking the puck. So Robbie Kilpatrick, the referee in the water there, calling obstruction and no goal this time for South Africa there, Hein.
Yeah, no, South Africa was goal on then. Unfortunately, on the way to the goal box, he caused an infringement as we have JD with his green cap and his blue tight vest swimming in.
It's always
we all have a good
always laugh. A glorious thing to behold. And he's got a very large mask in relation to the size of that cap, which I think is just really offsetting that whole ensemble that he's got on today. So hats off to him for really rocking the fashion statement. Late in the day here on day 6 of the 4th CMAS Age Group World Championships, you can see the Canadians all in the pool as well, listening to their coach too. The crowd's going fairly crazy, I think, for the coaches game by the looks of it over in court number 2 there, Hein.
Yeah, no, I can imagine what's happening there. I can imagine there's a lot of off-the-puck infringements and things like that happening there. But it's, have you seen the JD's snorkel? He's actually got a pink snorkel, so he's very colourful. With the blue vest and the green cap and those big. I think those big masks is just to take the emphasis off his Teletubby stomach.
Yeah, that's right. And I tell you what, one fixture that we haven't mentioned yet is Gerard the Shark. So He is actually sitting in the sub bench of the South African ladies under-19 team. He's holding the water bottles, he's holding the spare gear, and just keeping it real in there. So next time, as you can see him just hanging out in the back corner there with a whole bunch of South African colours just on his tail, as the South African ladies push hard along this back wall and put the Canadian ladies under a whole bunch of defensive pressure. It's good to see Gerard here. He's got some googly eyes. He's always got a smile on his face, and in my opinion, the South African under-19 girls are certainly doing it right in their sub-bench there, Hein.
If you look at that, the shark carrying all the nutrients, very playful shark. You know, it's got big teeth but not sharp. So hopefully we don't get the shark coming into the playing area. As another goal, another water. So Africa causing 2 infringements after each other here now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the South Africans. They put together really nice drives in both occasions, and right at the gravy stroke, basically got pinged by the refs for infringement. So I'm sure they'll have a few more opportunities as this game progresses to clean that sort of play up. But I mean, credit to the Canadians making them press hard and draw those fouls there, Hein.
Yeah, no, the Canadians are definitely also trying to play for honour here, and they're not allowing South Africa just to open up and trying to get possession of the puck and keeping it. As we see a long spell of play taking place on the side of the wall there.
Yeah, it is sort of stagnating over there on the right-hand defensive side of the Canadian area on the far side of that court. The referee has called an infringement. It's going to go against Canada now for gloving. So the South African ladies will get a free puck in their attacking half, but all the way over on the left-hand side. So interested to see if they actually attack on the 45 here or bring it back in the middle. We'll see what happens as they swim at that puck, and I think they've committed along the wall initially, maybe to draw those Canadians over. It would be interesting to see if they actually try and take it off the wall here. It doesn't actually look like they are. It looks like they're pushing that back wall there, Hein.
Yeah, no, you can see they aren't lining up for the swing, so interesting that South Africa just wants to see. I think they're just trying to work on their skills, but unfortunately making a lot of mistakes here. See another infringement against South Africa, just to see how the bottom of the pool is, and just to get the feeling going again. As they're not playing tomorrow, they just want to get all their structures in place and everything that the coach is telling them, just to get that right. Yeah,
it's definitely nice when you're sitting at the top end of the seedings of the ladder to have a day off, particularly when you've played a hard comp. These girls have all done a double round robin, so they've had days where they've had to play 3 games. So for those of you at home that aren't that familiar with underwater hockey, as the South Africans push the centre channel here, that's essentially a fair bit more than 3 hours of hard work. You know, the warm-ups aren't easy in water or out of water and in water, and then you do at least 30 minutes of a game, maybe a little bit longer depending on stoppages and all that sort of stuff, and then you do a cool down after that. So by the time you actually get out of the pool after one game, it's over an hour worth of effort, and then you do that all again 2 more times before the day is done. So you can just imagine the amount of calories these girls churn through. So when you have to do that in a double round robin, so you essentially play each team twice, that's a hell of a lot of effort there, Hein.
Yeah, by this stage, the girls have played the Canadians previously, so the Canadians, only 8 players as well. That makes it even more difficult for the Canadian girls, and they're not giving up. You know, they're coming down with numbers. They're trying very hard to intercept the puck. As you can see, they're swimming very hard there from a Canadian girl, number 5. It looked like Emmy. Well done there, Emmy, for intercepting that puck. And I wonder where the Canadian girls are staying. We're fortunate. We're staying very close, so we can walk to the pool and back, and the girls can relax. And the Canadians, I haven't spoken to the Canadian manager, but they should be probably staying in one of these lovely establishments here in this beautiful town of Hobart.
Yeah, I think they're staying pretty close as well. I've had a chat to Andy the Lumberjack, one of the coaches in the Canadian team, sporting probably the most impressive beard I've seen in quite some time. And he loves to wear that little toque type of red-white beanie in, that sort of Where's Wally thing going on. So not only is he a lumberjack, but he's also channeling a little bit of Where's Wally. And I'm pretty sure they walk to the pool every day. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, Hein. They do stay in a hotel close to here as half-time is called. The teams are going to swap ends, and they'll get a 3-minute break. Obviously, Gerard the Shark's going to cruise on over with these South African ladies, just happily bringing them some refreshments and some spare gear. So, he's obviously doing his job well, and there's those pink fins passing us by and the tight blue, South African colour front zip chesty just under the water there. Unfortunately for the Canadians, still rocking that very boring sort of normal type stolen milk carton pool noodle carrier. So, it's certainly something that they could fix up for this comp and the comps for them going forward. Obviously, everyone learns lessons as they go, and obviously the South African ladies have learned in the past that having a little inflatable, happy gear-carrying animal is definitely the way to go, Hein.
Yeah, the South African girls, a lot of them are seasoned travelers with, I think one or two of them, at least two, are playing their third under-19 Worlds. And so they know what to do to intimidate the other players by having all these funny gear that they're wearing and all the singing that they do. So let us see here who we got. Kevin Cook. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you following again. You're one of the good supporters. En Willem Zelstra, hoe gaan dit daar met julle? Ek's baie bly om te sien julle is op die live chat. So South-Africa nou hier so 5-0 voorloop teen Canada. Good to see you guys supporting. And if you have the opportunity, throw a few bucks in, guys, and support this good initiative from the Australian Underwater Hockey Federation. We'll appreciate all the support that we can get. We had the opportunity, Stewie, to go up to the mountain when we had a break, to Mount Wellington.
Awesome. How did you go? What did you think? Did you get a good view?
It was a fantastic view. Now, especially it's been overcast the last 2-3 days, and with the rain this morning, we thought, are we going to do it? And we did it, and it was a beautiful view, but the temperature dropped down dramatically as we arrived there, but it was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it can get cold up there, so did you go just now or now?
Yeah, we went around about 4-ish, 1,600 hours we were there, yeah.
So is that actually just now or now in South Africa?
It's no. So that depends if you having a few beers or not, Stewie. No, it was let's say it was 2 hours ago.
So maybe just now.
It was It
was on the grey area between now and just now, right?
Yeah. It's a bigger grey area that helps us a lot. It saves us a lot of embarrassment saying we'll come now and then we come now.
Yeah, I love it. It's very hard to decipher exactly when the South Africans are going to turn up. You've got to pay attention to the word proceeding now to make sure that you understand if it's going to be in a while or straight away. A little bit of a trap for young players if you haven't spent much time around the South African guys. As you can see, Willem Zylstra jumping in on the chat there and saying tough game with only 8 players for the Canadian ladies, and they're doing it strong and tough. And cannot agree with you more there, Willem, as the half-time break draws to a close and this second half kicks off. Both teams really putting in a valiant effort here. The South Africans are dictating pretty much all of the attacking players. They come out and meet each other in the middle. The South Africans just sort of sliding, I think the Canadians, sliding to the left, and the South Africans hot on their heels, Hein.
Yeah, no, the South Africans, I was wondering what would the coach say now in a game like this where they know they're through to the playoffs. Probably just say, girls, just work on your skills, concentrate, look where the other players are lying, and try and get the puck cleanly onto the player's stick. As we see the Canadians not allowing South Africa to get momentum, and South Africans are working hard up on the face of the goal box there. The referee in a very good position to see any infringements. And let's see what early goal, 45 seconds into the second half, and South Africa scores the first.
Yeah, it's a goal, I think. Goal number 6 for South Africa, and that's number 10 for South Africa. Which competitor is that?
That'll be Marine Graaf, and her parents are both watching. So well done to Carol and Henk Graaf, and her brothers in the 19 men's team, Mathieu Graaf. So that's good to see that Marine has scored a goal. Yeah,
that's awesome for Marine, and good amount of defence applied by the Canadians there, but obviously the South Africans really showing their attacking prowess as they win this strike, and a nice little underbody move by that right-hand forward from South Africa to slide it out to the left-hand side. The Canadians regaining possession and driving out to the far side of the court here as the South Africans meet them over there and just establish some forward momentum going into that attacking right-hand corner there, Hein.
Yeah, no, good play there as they got the puck to stay on the bottom of the pool, and just a long smooth movement to the right-hand side, and a good follow-up there from the South African wing, and just swing it straight down the side of the pool into the corner. And let's see if they can reposition themselves again. And it looks like they're not actually lining up for a big move here. They're just being patient and allowing the players in the front just to work it up. Go underwater now, mate. So a good move. And I'm actually glad that Marine Graaf scored a goal because being Afrikaans, my home language, I actually called her Marianne Graaf, and she didn't enjoy that because she's very particular about her name, Marine. So, Marine, I've got it right. So hopefully you'll buy me ice cream.
It's always good having someone buy you an ice cream, I agree. And if I say marine properly, which I just did then again, maybe I'll get an ice cream as well, Hein.
Yeah,
Hopefully we can both get a nice little refreshment, a little sugary refreshment type of treat here for all the commentary work that we're throwing down range. As you can see, I think the Canadians, we just got a free puck as the South Africans drive it back into their attacking right-hand corner. It's staying there for a while, plays stagnating a little bit. You can see the surface here and just how much the players are coming up and down and rotating. Pretty much one breath, maybe two at the most, then straight back down to continue this tight contest at the moment here, Hein.
Yeah, no, the Canadians are really playing a tight game. They're not down South Africa, a lot of movement. It's more up and down the side, on the far side of the pool there. And the Canadian girls are really playing some good hockey. And South Africa would like to keep them there and tie them down probably for the last 5 minutes of the game, as they don't want substitutions taking place. And another goal here. Yeah, let's see who scored that now. She's very happy. Number 2, Lisa van Rijn. Sure, Lisa, you must be in double figures on this tournament already, as you've scored quite a few goals and very fast swimmer with her sister Helen van Rijn. Also in the team. So we've got 2 sisters, Janina Adams, Langston Keandra and Olivia Langston, and then Lisa and Helen van Rijn in this team. As we have another kickoff here, and South Africa coming down hard onto the puck. The Canadians winning this kickoff, trying to get it to the side of the pool, trying to get it onto the stick of the other player, and an unfortunate deception there. And no bodies at the bottom. You can see the Canadians must be getting tired here, as they've defended quite well for a long stage in the second half and playing it all the way to the other side of the pool there, Stuart.
Yeah, that's right. As you can see, the contest being met again in that right-hand side, attacking corner for the South Africans, left-hand side defensive corner for the Canadians. A little question coming from Willem Zylstra about what kind of platform or what kind of structure the Canadians are playing. I believe the Canadian girls are playing 2-3-1, mate. I'm not quite sure where they're... Or maybe 3-3, actually, as my Canadian compatriot here in the commentary box is telling me. The South Africans scoring goal number 8 there, just waiting to see the number, and a nice right-hand side drive on the tray. So the South Africans managing to put in a couple of really nice high-pressure, clean goals here, Hein.
Yeah, I wonder if it's Canadians getting South Africa into their left-hand side, or South Africans playing there, because if it is, then that'll be their... They want to play then, and obviously, because every time in the second half, we've seen the goals coming from the right-hand corner there.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, obviously, when the South Africans take it to their right-hand side as they slide left this time, it is taking the puck away from the sub-bench of the Canadian ladies, so it isn't allowing them to sub if it's in deep defence. If they do, they run a serious risk of a big defensive hole opening up. So you can see the South African... number 8 there, just having a nice little drive down this left-hand near side. The Canadians regaining possession and going on a little counter-attack here. Stopped pretty quickly by the South African structure, but again, a nice little press back towards the South African sub-bench here, Hein.
Yeah, good move there by Alex's number 9 there from the Canadian team. Just playing hard on the side, down at the bottom, and then also following up, not giving up. Just staying down that extra 2 seconds longer and making sure that her player next to her gets possession of the puck.
So the South Africans choosing it to open it up here. A nice little right-hand move there. Pretty square type switch as the referees pull up another infringement. It's interesting to see. He goes immediately for the ref's timeout. So interesting that no calls were made before the ref's timeout was called. So Robbie Kilpatrick and the other refs there coming together to have a little conference in the middle of the pool. A little reference going on. Yeah, maybe they're talking about dinner. Maybe they're talking about spaghetti versus steak. He goes, no, I don't want the steak. I want the spaghetti. And the other ref's like, he's saying, no deal for spaghetti. I want steak. So, no, it's steak. Everyone agrees? Steak? Yep, cool. Okay, so let's have an equal puck as well by the looks of it.
We'll share.
Yeah, so, and actually the South Africans there getting a little bit confused with what the equal puck sign means because they just went straight across the line. As Canadians and South Africans finally set up for it. The South is winning the possession straight away, trying to drive straight, but then getting a don't argue pushback from the Canadian ladies there. And again, the contest is met on that far side wall there, Hein.
Yeah, no, I wonder who scored goal number 8. We haven't had confirmation yet from that. So for the South Africans asking there, we haven't heard who scored goal number 8 as they play up the far side of the pool there. Advantage pack, I think it'll be for South Africa as they work it up on the side there.
Well, I mean, for goal number 8, who's the most likely in this South African under-19 women's team to give you an ice cream, Hein?
I think let's stick with Marine.
Okay, so let's give it to her then. Number 8. Let's chuck number 8 up there. Is she playing number 8?
No, Marine is playing number 10, so let's give it to
number
Marine.
10. Chuck number 10 up there for goal number 8, please. And hopefully when Marine sees this, like we're chalking up another little ice cream point here, Marine.
Yeah.
So please come through with the goods because, I mean, don't make us take goals off you in the future. That's obviously the other thing that can happen here. As the Canadians do some good defending, the South Africans some good attacking pressure here as they drive the left-hand side of the tray and get it all the way to the back corner, recycle it, and then push it all the way into the goals. I'm pretty sure that's in. Unfortunately, the ref is kind of in the way, and so are all the players. I'm pretty sure that's going to end up in a... Oh, no, the actual Canadians have cleared it. So, nice work there, Canadian girls.
Yeah, well done. If it was a goal, it was definitely Marine Graaf.
I completely agree. That's 3 ice creams, Marine.
That's an advantage pack called against...
there we go.
Timeout called by... it looks like JD Oakam swimming in with his green...
Little tight front zip chesty, Hein.
Yeah. Did you see that dolphin kick he gave us there?
It was actually very vigorous and quite majestic at the same time. I was almost a little hypnotised by it. As you can see, they're taking the time out here. And he's actually got his big frog's eye mask off his head at the moment on the top, and he's just sort of decided to eyeball his players without the mask there, just to make sure he can get that proper eye contact with his girls and apply some of that Zen master type powers that this guy has been generating for so many years here, Hein.
Yeah, no, JD also, his home language also Afrikaans, so a lot of these girls are actually English speaking, so he's got to concentrate very hard when he talks. When he gets excited, he switches from Afrikaans to English, and they don't always understand him as he gets totally confused being bilingual or trilingual sometimes. Yeah,
I can understand his pain. I mean, having spoken to a lot of Afrikaans guys over the years, every now and again they forget that I can't speak Afrikaans, and I go from understanding to having no clue what they're saying pretty quickly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Afrikaans language is quite a nice language to listen to. It's just that it'd be nice to understand a little bit of it one day, sooner or later. It's not one of those languages that, from an English speaker's point of view, you don't really tend to pick up that many words that make sense or sound similar to English, Hein.
No, you don't. And the thing is, South Africa is trying to keep the Afrikaans language going. There's a lot of pressure on the South Africans to keep their pride and their dignity and not get consumed by just giving over and not allowing the Afrikaans heritage to carry on.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it'd be nice to definitely keep that cultural history and heritage going, that's for sure. So we see this contest again over that far side wall. The Canadians, just sort of asserting a little bit of attacking pressure on the South African ladies. It's obviously been mostly the South African ladies with a lot of attacking moves in this game. They could quite easily be 12 goals up. And, lucky for them with only 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this second half. If they get to 14, by the way, Hein, there might be some music played here. So they need to be careful.
What was interesting there with that, South Africa had that advantage pack. They swam straight to the goal box of the Canadians. The Canadians just absorbing the pressure and swimming it straight to the side of the wall. There's a good defense there from the South African team, from the Canadian team.
It was very good. I'm going to have to leave you here, Hein, as I have to go and do a little Glory Days segment. But I'll leave you guys around the world and here in Australia with David Lambert actually subbing in for me. So thank you very much for taking over, Dave.
Yeah, no worries, Stuart. With the roving studio movement, there's only 2 mics. So I'll leave that to you with your... sundering sounds of silence, but maybe you leave your phone, so if there is a 14, I can play the music that's on your phone.
6 goals in 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, then you're not going to leave me your phone, are you? No, okay.
Yeah, I think,
Welcome.
David, this will be one of the last games that we will be in the position where we can actually take it a bit more lightly, as this game is actually not as important as the games that will be starting tomorrow. So
yeah, finals day. Woohoo.
Yeah,
what everyone's waiting for. I've seen a lot of games and this sort of things, and I've seen a lot of exciting games and called a lot of exciting games, many with you. and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. You're going to be, well, obviously the girls aren't playing tomorrow, as you indicated before. Got many of the boys playing tomorrow?
Yeah, we got both boys team playing tomorrow, David, with the under 23 ladies team also playing tomorrow. So it's a big day for South Africa in underwater hockey in this tournament.
Yeah, and then I look forward to seeing you in the booth tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure, David, and just getting all the knowledge from you guys, and it's a wonderful experience for us, especially the people back home. You can see all the live chats, how grateful they are to have live streaming and this excellent quality.
Yeah, I guess the real question here, and I'm not sure if you answered earlier, but Kevin Cook has said, honey, how come you're not playing in the coaches game?
Yeah. No, look at JD. JD is already sort of not embarrassed us with his blue suit. Let me not take that any further, Kevin.
Okay, as the Canadians' defense is being asked once again to back up in front of their goal tray, as the South Africans look for an attacking move, as the Canadians have called a timeout just to give their defense a bit of respite from the constant onslaught by the South African girls. And as Stuart departs, 8-0 for South Africa. This is the first time the Canadians have played South Africa. I don't think so. They played a double round robin. Do you remember what the score was before?
Yeah, it was. I think it was 11 or 12. It was double figures, 0. So all credit to Canadian girls who just conceding 8 goals in this game so far.
Yeah, I would have said that would have been one of the goals the girls have scored, and none of the teams that I've talked to have sort of been at the mercy of the top teams in this have actually said, look, if we keep it under the last time, that was our goals, and I would have suspected the Canadians are doing just that with just 3 minutes and 22, so they're on track for that, unless the South Africans pop in a couple quick ones. 3 minutes, yeah, likelihood. How long has it been between goals, Robbie?
No, for quite a while now, but all credit to the Canadian coach as well. You know, it's a lot of pressure on the Canadian coach just to keep his team motivated and positive and come back and play the next game and play the next game. So they obviously before the time knew that they're coming for experience. So it's good to see players not getting despondent and giving up. You can see them coming down, going down to the bottom again, and just carrying on playing, and just enjoying it.
Yeah, I must say, as someone who's bounced around the deck and talked to a few of the players after the games, I've only seen a few disappointing ones when the games are awful close and muffin us, but the majority of the players have been bouncing and bubbly, and particularly the Canadians, the South African girls have always been bubbly and willing to have a chat on the side of deck with you and have a bit of a laugh, and I seem to see that they're all enjoying themselves, which is in the good, true spirit of underwater hockey, as the South African actually have popped in a new one.
Again, no goal. I think that's a third no goal, that's been scored in this game. So,
a bit of elbowing and
big elbow.
Unfortunately, number 1 for
that's
the
Danielle Wenzel, David.
Yeah, well, she's been asked for excessive use of your elbow, and obviously that was deliberate. And sorry, you got to have a sit down for a minute.
Yeah, no.
Back to Kevin's comment. He's saying, honey, sorry, no excuses, man. Get your Speedos on.
Kevin, we'll leave that to you. We'll see you in 2019. You can come and take up our position.
Yeah, and Shane Blake has commented in that it was 8-0 last time, honey. So I think you got your stats wrong. I wonder where he is, but maybe you got your stats right and he hasn't been watching the right games.
Yeah, definitely. No. The commentators are never wrong.
You're absolutely right.
No.
So we got 1 minute 37 seconds left to go in this game, and the score still is 8 for South Africa and 0 for Canada. The South Africans have enjoyed real estate in this game in the Canadian half. We could have just rented one half of the pool, I'm afraid, in this game.
Yeah, but just 3 goals in the second half, of which the last one was conceded 5 minutes ago. So Africa definitely either trying to play, get some structure going and get some moves going, and then from there trying to attack. But I think the Canadians, all credit to them, as they've been playing very, very well, good hockey here, as they keep South Africa out of the goal box and not allowing South Africa to score any more goals.
Yeah, given the also, it's a noticeably size different and age different, obviously, I'd think, and we got another no goal called by the referees. I think they heard the songs from Stewie's phone list yesterday and said, look, we're going to keep it under 14, girls. No offense, 8-0's enough, and we're going to keep it there for the last 15-second countdown. But the Canadian girls' defense has been really strong. I've seen the South African girls just blow through some of the defenses in the other teams, but the Canadian girls have held really strong. They should be pretty proud with this effort, and they have to regroup for tomorrow's beginning of the semifinals.
Yeah, now the Canadian girls will be playing tomorrow. I don't know who they'll be playing against. So obviously they'll also just try and get their structures in position, and they'll play not to stay at the bottom of the log. They'll play to get one position up. So I think the Canadians are also trying very hard to get their game going. As we see a hard swim there, I think it was from Calista Pike, swimming straight to the face of the front of the goal box. Good interception there by the Canadian girls again.
Yeah, I think it's now or never now, honey. If they haven't got their act together, it's going to be a bit too late tomorrow. But they'll learn some other lessons from today's game. And there should be pretty, other than not scoring any goals and getting offensive attacks really revved up, because they really haven't been half-time since halfway through the court since I've joined in. And it looks like we've just come to the end of the game, 8-0 for South Africa over Canada. And that is the last game of the round robins, honey.
Is that the last game today?
I believe that was the last game for the
day. Okay, so we can go and have dinner and you guys can wrap up. Thank you very much, David.
Yeah, I think we might catch some of the girls on the deck. What do you reckon?
I think we should. It's always excited to talk to them, and they can't wait.
Okay, well, we'll try to join you deck side and see how we go.
Thank you, Grizan. Okay, I'm here at the Hobart Aquatic Centre speaking to Grizan Smith. Grizan, you scored, I think, your first goal of the tournament.
It was actually my third one. Yeah.
Okay, how did you enjoy the game?
It was good. It was good. It was tough, yeah, at the end, but it was a good game.
Well, all credit to the Canadian team lying at the bottom of the log. They just kept you out of their goals.
Yes, definitely. It was very good.
It seemed like sometimes you were playing according to a structure and not trying to score goals, just getting your games ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, yes.
Do you want to say hello to your parents back in South Africa?
Yes, please. And my friends watching from the club, from Pietermaritzburg and Durban as well.
Thank you very much, Grizan. Enjoy the moment. Cheers, bye. As we have number 11, and your name?
I'm Tilly Roy.
Oh, Tilly Roy. Thank you very much for allowing us to comment, have a conversation with you. Did you enjoy the game?
It was really fun, yeah. I thought it went pretty well, honestly. Even though we lost, we tried really hard and we tried to keep it together the whole time.
It must be difficult playing with 8 players.
I mean, yeah, it kind of gets difficult sometimes. Most of the time our backs don't even get a break. But I don't know, we keep it together and I think we're handling it pretty well.
Oh, good. You want to say hello to your parents and your family back home?
Sure. Hey guys, if you're watching, probably in the morning sometimes because it's really nighttime where they are at least. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much for your time and enjoy the tournament further.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is us from Hobart.